Hi, I decided to do a vlog. I decided to do something that I could use to chronicle a year, or however long I decide to do these things. I also decided that I was going to make it very impromptu, very casual, and I was just going to say what's on my mind or whatever. And tonight I'm going to do this while I'm doing a drawing, and just to let you know, this is what the drawing looks like so far. I've been working on this one for quite a while, and sadly I haven't been able to finish it yet. As you can see, it's just a guy sleeping and there's nobody, oops, that's the wrong way, nobody sleeping next to him and things like that. It's really sad and lonely and all that kind of stuff, which is pretty typical for my kind of stuff. I'm at an impasse right now for part of the drawing. I don't know what to do with it. And sometimes that's the case. Sometimes that's the challenge, is to figure out what to do next with the drawing. It's also taken me so long to do because I've had little medical things go wrong and meant I couldn't sit down and do the drawing. And usually I like to sit as I'm doing it. I like to do it on the floor. I like to draw on the floor. And that way I can really dig into the colored pencil and make it kind of stick. So because I had two back blowouts, basically my I just blew up my back. I'd like to say I did it from shoveling, because that's kind of like more macho than saying that I did it while I was doing the laundry, but that was more the case. Did it while I was doing the laundry. And the second one was even more lame. I was just bent in a way that caused my back to give out. But it was really painful, and I couldn't draw because of it, so there you are. And trying to think of what else there was. Well, I had other little things go wrong too that I was, just in the way of me finishing this thing, and so I'm trying to finish it. But during the vlog, I'll probably be doing other things, playing guitar, whatever. Maybe I'll be in the middle of writing a song, and I can show you how I do that, which is, kind of boring, I suppose, but at the same time might be kind of interesting. And I'll also probably try and bring up some subjects that are on my mind, or whatever. Not that my opinion on anything makes a damn bit of difference, but what the heck? I might as well just bring up some stuff and see what you think about it. And hopefully in your comments you can tell me what's what. Tell me if I'm right, wrong, or indifferent, or whatever the case may be. Let's see. Nothing else is really going on in my life other than the little medical things. Christmas is over with, New Year's is over with, and there wasn't much to it. Sadly, I bought myself an awful lot of gifts. I got myself a new amp, a little small Fender Frontman, which was kind of nice. Bought my webcam so I can do these vlogs, and also put my computer online, which I wasn't going to do with this computer. I wanted this computer to be my music and art computer, and now it's going to be online because it needs to have be online for updates and things like that. So there you are. Not everything goes exactly as planned. As far as what I want to talk about this time, something occurred to me on New Year's that's kind of bothered me a little bit over several years almost. For those of you who don't know, and most of you do know me, I'm assuming, I don't know who else is going to watch this besides just friends, but I don't drink or smoke or do drugs. I'm a relatively boring guy, I guess, in that respect. And I quit smoking many years ago, and I'm glad I did. It's helped me health-wise and things like that. It's a good thing. I'm also a vegetarian, but that's a sidebar to that. And as far, and drugs never interest me. They scared the hell out of me. Yeah, it just never really appealed to me at all. The little experience I had with it was pretty bad, and so I just didn't want to have anything to do with it. And drinking, that never got me going either. For some reason, it just never was anything I really cared for. I tried it, but I never understood how it tasted good. I thought the alcohol taste in it ruined everything else about any of the drinks that actually had a potential of tasting good. So here is the problem. Now, I find when I go out to bars, I feel somewhat uncomfortable. Um, and I feel like, well, basically, I want to put it this way. Do you think that if someone does not drink, that they get treated maybe a little bit differently than most, and maybe they're reacted to a little bit differently? Um, for those of you who do drink, do you feel uncomfortable around people who don't drink, which is really interesting? Um, Now, I feel somewhat uncomfortable around really drunk people, but I think everybody does. But really drunk people, just the out of control thing doesn't do anything for me. But I really, honestly, there was a time when I cared an awful lot about people and their drinking and things like this, and I made it very vocal about that type of thing. But as time went on, I just realized, I'm never going to change the world on that kind of idea. What I do for myself is the most important thing. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do drugs, I don't eat meat. And those things I think are important for me, and that's it. What everybody else does is fine. If it doesn't affect me in any way, I'm all right with it. I'm just fine. If I feel uncomfortable being someplace that's drinking, where a lot of people are drinking, they're getting way drunk or whatever, I'll just leave. And I'll leave in a nice way. I'm not gonna like make a storm out, you drunks, I'm leaving, or whatever, I'm not gonna do that. But on the other hand, I guess I was at a bar a few weeks ago, and I found out, or I felt, I should say, that I was being ignored. I mean, I'd see a few people I knew and that type of thing, and say hi, wave to them, and that type of thing, and they kind of just ignored me. They kind of went in their own places, and I just kind of stood there and getting increasingly more and more uncomfortable as time went on, and I just ended up leaving because it was just terribly uncomfortable. And so there you are. I just like to know, what do you think? Do you think it's all in my head, or do you think that yes, there is something happening there? That people who imbibe in alcohol feel a bit more uncomfortable around people who are not, and vice versa, and so therein lies the impasse, and no one gets anywhere. Any rate, let me know what you think, and there you go. But I think that's it for now. I'm not too sure how often I'll do this. I'm thinking it's going to be once a week. It might be more, depending on what's been happening. Maybe I'll have some ideas or whatever. But for right now, it's going to be once a week, and we'll see how it goes. And hopefully it'll be interesting or fun or whatever. And until then, please leave in the comments. I think the comments are down there, as usual. So please keep or do a comment on my subject this week, and we'll take it from there. All right. Well, thanks a lot for watching, and I hope I didn't bore you or anything else like that. And let me know what you think. Okay. Thanks. Bye.